We are back. We just got home from the Raw house show tonight, March 18th. It is about almost 11 o'clock here in Connecticut. And the show, you have never seen a WWE live event, not a televised event, but an actual house show. You get so much more better wrestling than you do on a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown.
Exactly. This show was not promo-driven. This show was wrestling-driven. And if you guys follow us, or if this is the first video you've seen, we're going to put it right out there. We're not going to dwell on it, though. We are wrestling fans. Entertainment is nice. Don't get me wrong. I love the promos. I love the music. I love the videos. I love everything. We are wrestling fans. And tonight, we saw wrestling. And it was...
Electric?
Electric's not the word.
Amazing. Awesome.
Amazing. I mean, these guys and girls, even the Divas.
Wrestle.
Oh my God. There was no minute-long Divas match. We had it. Oh my God. We'll get right into it. So we arrived at the venue. We got there about an hour early. We do suggest, guys, if you are going to any venue, get there a little early. You park. You get to
the souvenir stands. Guys, I mean, I know I'm not, you guys know I hate John Cena. I got his bands because I went to the show, and to be honest, not only did they have a very limited selection on the shirts, I mean, I got my dad Randy Orton's new shirt, the Apex Predator. Ryan got the I Bring It t-shirt. Also, they had like the Raw World Tour I Was There t-shirts. They had the John Cena purple shirts. They got, you know, they had the hats, the Rey Mysterio mask.
Also, stay tuned. I will reveal my second purchase tonight at the house show.
Yes.
Yes, I got the I Bring It shirt. But under this shirt, there is another one.
Yes.
And then under that shirt, there is another one. So please, stay tuned. Just a real recap what I was saying real quick. Please arrive early. Be honest, I was mistaken. I thought we could show up a little bit later. Luckily, at the urging of JC and his father, we went a little bit earlier. Thank God we did. If we did not, we wouldn't have made it to the concession stand, we wouldn't have made it to snacks, and we wouldn't have been comfortably seated before the show started. And guys, even being there an hour early, after everything I just named, guess what? 5, maybe 10 minutes before the bell rang, we sat down?
Yeah.
So, you know, we cut it close.
You want to make sure when you go to a house show you have money. I mean, I spent $15 a piece on John Cena's wristbands.
T-shirts run about $25.
$25 depending on either or.
And if you guys go to
the
TNA,
hat ran me about $20.
And if you guys go to TNA house shows, they're $30 a T-shirt. So make sure you bring enough cash.
Yes. Also, I got my dad's shirt. Cost me $25. So, but just between me and my father, I went there with $130. I came back with only $25. I threw Brian an extra $5 so he can get a promo program,
which I gotta get back to you.
Yes.
I got it in the house.
But I think, and then on top of that, for the food, I mean, me and my dad,
they don't take debit cards.
Yes, no.
Make
sure you
I couldn't even
cash.
find an ATM. Dude, I walked around the whole ass Civic Center, could not find the ATM. And I only brought like $80 in cash with me, and I went through that quick.
Yes.
Between parking, 2 T-shirts, that's $50. Promos, $15. Then pretzels are like 5 a piece, sodas are like 4 a piece. And guys, if you wanted a brewski, $9 fucking dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
there was a bar and get drunk for $9.
Dude. One beer ain't worth no $9, but let's jump into this event. It was phenomenal.
We had Justin Roberts come in and basically announce the first match. The Miz defended the WWE Championship. Right when Orton started to get, you know, his mood going like he normally does, CM Punk come running out, got involved. The fans, they interacted with the fans. They made a tag team main event, which was CM Punk and The Miz versus John Cena and Orton.
Yep, and the fans, like JC said, the fans had the choice of what they wanted to see. We could have either saw, they would have continued the WWE Championship match, we would have saw Miz continue his match against Randy Orton, or we had the option to see the big tag team match that we see a little bit later on in the night, which is Miz and CM Punk versus Orton and John Cena. Don't mind me, guys, just a little tired. We've been there for the last 3 hours, and we are amped.
And it took us a half an hour to get out of the parking garage.
So you can imagine just getting a little bit tired here, but this starting match was phenomenal. Like JC said, CM Punk ran in. You know, it built towards later in the night. And they did a real good job at keeping the fans hooked, interacting with them, and just keeping, you know, you felt involved with tonight's show. It wasn't just like, well, this is what you're forced to watch. Now watch it.
Then we had a great 6-man tag match. It was Zack Ryder, Primo, and Tyson Kidd versus Santino, Kozlov, and Evan Bourne. And guys, I mean, this match was Santino, and we were chanting Santino, we were chanting Kozlov, we were chanting Evan. I even got the Long Island iced tea to actually point over at me, and I was like, woo, woo, woo.
Hell yeah, and it was a great contest. Guys, if you question Santino, if you think he's just a comic relief and just a joke,
see him at house shows.
See him at a house show. This guy knows more wrestling moves than probably all the guys that were in the ring. Arm drags, hip tosses, you know, just everything he could have pulled out of his arsenal. And I mean, I'm not talking about, yeah, he may not have been the most fancy high top rope flyer, but man, if Vern Gagne watched this, he would have been like, that kid is a solid wrestler.
If you guys want to know how close we were to the ring, from where we're sitting to where the camera is right now, that's where the ring was. That's how close we were.
I took over 300 pictures tonight. JC also took probably...
Maybe 100 of those might be very good quality that we can upload.
And JC probably took anywhere between 50 and 150. So guys, we are going to sift through these pictures. We are going to create a massive slideshow, and we're going to try to make it so it's almost kind of like, you know, when you used to flip those picture books when you were a kid and they had little pictures in the corner, and it would actually look like it was moving. That's what I'm going to try to go for when we produce this video for you guys. So yeah, we had this phenomenal 6-man tag. These guys gave it the fucking all.
Yes. I marked out because I never got to see The Miz live. I marked out. I never got to see Zack Ryder. I've never got to see Primo. I never got a chance to see Santino or Kozlov, even Evan Bourne. So I marked out this whole entire show. I was marking out. I was chanting. I was rooting for the bad guys. I was rooting for the good guys. Even Ted DiBiase pointed at me. He's like, "Shut up!"
Hell yeah, we start chanting this. Go Ted chant, right? It's me, him, and his father, so we're all sitting next to that. Ted looks right fucking at the three of us like, you assholes.
Yeah.
It was so fucking
epic.
Great. It was so fucking... And we also, it's a little bit later on, but we also got Khali to engage with us also, and me and JC actually got to fucking get a quick hand...
Yes, R-Truth. I actually got to shake R-Truth's hand.
Dude, I had one of these, bro. There was a grab. It was sweet.
There was a grab like this. It was kind of like almost like an arm wrestling thing. And I said, good job. And actually, the woman behind us was very nice. She was very, very, cool with us. We kept getting up. Every time we got up, she would just go like this. So, excuse me. And she would take pictures and everything like that.
Hell yeah, I kept trying to lean over for her next to Joe's Pops. Joe's Pops was over here. Joey was over here. So she could take her picture. She was so sweet. She was a John Cena fan.
I turned around and I talked to her and I said, I've been watching R-Truth since WWF days, and when he went over to TNA, I never really got a chance to see him in TNA, and when I got to see R-Truth, I was like, alright, let's go home. And she started laughing. She's like, why? No, don't go home. And I was like, no, I'm just joking. But I explained to her why, and she's like, oh, that's cool. Oh, but the outcome of the 6-man tag match was Evan Bourne. Oh my God. Oh. Airborne is nothing on TV until you see it live. And my God, did this guy look like he was coming off of a 25-foot ladder. That's how much hype he got.
So fucking impressive. Kozlov, you won't believe how big this guy is and the pure power he has. And Santino, the Cobra, it looks a little weak on TV. Dude, he almost took out the fucking guy's eye with the Cobra.
Yes.
He was like, dang!
Yeah.
You got glasses on, I can't hit you anyway.
We saw the next match was what was the next match? I forgot what the next match was. Was that the A-Rai match?
Yes, we saw Alex Riley. And Alex Riley comes out and says, oh, I beat down security, I broke my way into the building, acting like he's Billy Badass and all this shit. Then, stipulation is if he can beat his chosen competitor for the night, he will gain a spot on the Raw roster.
The next match after the tag match was actually R-Truth and Ted DiBiase.
Correct. And that's where we got Ted DiBiase to engage us, and that's where we got the cool high five from
R-Truth. I shook R-Truth's hand and I said, good job. Love to watch you wrestle.
Keep your eyes open, guys. If you see a superstar starting to come around the barricade, hop out of your chair and run towards the barricade. Yeah, event security might talk a little shit, but guess what? It's worth the high five. Guess what? If we could have got closer to that barricade, at the end of the show, Cena was actually signing.
Yeah, signing was autographs, and so was Orton.
Speaking of Cena.
Yes.
Oh, guys, when did you ever thought you would see the day? Never give up. Never surrender. All right, enough of that.
We you know, it was really the show. It was like, you know, you guys don't understand it until, like, I got to see Vengeance 2004 live, and that was an epic show. My only my second pay-per-view.
But now that you're
epic.
this much older,
Now
7
that
years later.
So now that I'm older and I got to watch it, I was like, oh my, I was marking out. You know, when the Miz came out and he was cutting his promo, he's like, he goes, I'm gonna go in the wrestling. He was doing his normal thing he does on TV. And everyone was freaking yelling when he did the "I'm awesome." And everyone was, "You suck" or "awful," and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, "Awesome!" And he happened to just look over, and he see me wearing the Cena stuff. I know he saw me wearing it, but it was just like, it was such a good time.
Hell yeah! So yeah, like JC said, we had Ted DiBiase go against R-Truth.
I marked out for R-Truth too. I was singing along with the song. The lady behind me was looking at me, and I was singing along with R-Truth and everything.
And your dad sat right down. And Joey's dad is not too fond of R-Truth. He's just not too hip on the character. So he sat right down like,
R-Truth,
is this guy over yet?
R-Truth and Ted DiBiase delivered. There was not. You had that match. That match was amazing.
Delivered phenomenally.
Maurice was there. We had Kelly.
And Maurice came out a little bit late, and then we saw Maurice and Kelly actually get into it.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty exciting.
Oh, we also forgot when we had Tyson Kidd was on the outside of the ring, and it was Tamina was out there, and Santino threw Tyson into Tamina, and Tamina actually back body dropped him.
Hell yeah, she did. Tamina is one strong lady, and I gotta say, wow, did she look good tonight.
Yes, she
did.
did.
Her ass looked so fucking good in that dress.
Kelly's too.
Oh,
and when Maurice got up on top of the turnbuckle,
all the Divas looked good tonight. The Bellas looked good. Eve looked good. Gail Kim looked phenomenal. Dude, Gail Kim is way prettier in person.
Yes.
I hate to say it, like, I'm gonna be honest, I never really found her, like, in her face that attractive on TV. But dude, when I saw her tonight, I'm like, yes. She's beautiful, dude. You know what? I don't think television does a lot of these people. Same with Vicky Guerrero. You know, she's not the best looking person on TV, but when I saw her in person tonight, she's pretty.
Yes.
I can see what Eddie saw in her. She's very pretty.
Then we saw the next match. Wasn't that the no holds barred match for the United States Championship?
Didn't we skip Khali and A-Rai? Well, we touched on that briefly.
Yeah, we seen A-Rai and
A-Rai's chest got lit the fuck up. Dude, the whole shit was just so fucking red, like, it was so much brighter than the red in JC's shirt. Like,
yes, we were in the crowd. Me, my father, and Brian were like, one more time, and Khali just looked at us and he smiled and he just went.
He threw his arms over the shirt buckle and then bam, and looked right at us. So I was like, oh my god! Yes. It's like the level of interaction with the fans is phenomenal.
There's not really that much fan interaction at the house shows with the WWE like you would get with TNA, because TNA, every wrestler, no matter what match, would interact. But, you know, it makes for a better show because...
I think WWE is really trying to step up their game. I think they've seen... Because compared to what you've told me and what I've heard from, you know, some of our other subscribers, viewers, and just other people on the net who've written reviews of house shows, what you got a couple years ago is not what you're getting today.
They actually had... When I used to go to house shows, they never had... They had a black curtain, they come out. They actually built like an old school, like kind of like an old school Nitro arena. Like kind of like an old school Nitro little thing.
Nice metal out structure.
Yeah, and then they had smoke, they had everything, and then they had a curtain, and they had the WWE logo.
I was busting ass off the beginning right before the show started. The bell rang. I saw a little smoke coming from the entranceway. I'm like, is that supposed to be on fire? And everybody around me just started dying laughing.
We see Khali pick up the win.
Yeah, Khali whooped that boy's ass.
Yes, he did.
That shit was just...
You want to take the Daniel Bryan Sheamus match?
I
marked out for that match.
I will start it off, and we will both put in our thoughts. You know, this is Brian Crazy and JC Styles review. So we like to both give you as much information as possible. Yeah, by the way, that's our names, Brian Crazy, JC Styles. I know we didn't introduce ourselves off the bat. If you guys have not seen us before, we do F and True Wrestling, and we hope you enjoy our show. So let's continue. So we see Sheamus go against Daniel Bryan. Sheamus is the defending United States Heavyweight Champion. Pre-match, they asked the fans what they want to see. Do they want to see a best 2 out of 3 falls count, or do they want to see a street fight? So we get into a real brutal match, but for a while it's just a classic wrestling match.
Yeah.
Then the fans start getting involved and saying, you know, where the fuck are the weapons?
Yeah, we want weapons and we want chairs.
Oh my god, he pulls out the fucking kendo stick and lights Daniel Bryan the fuck up. And I love DB, so I was like, but Dude, Sheamus live, man, is fucking ill.
You never really notice how hard they're actually hitting each other across the chest when they're going across the chest with the forearms until you hear them live and up
these
close.
Clotheslines, or, you know, to quote Gordon Solie, what a lariat.
Yes. They were completely amazing. These matches were completely amazing.
Dude, you don't even, I mean, like, yeah, I saw TNA just a couple months ago, but it's just like, you get in front of these guys and they just impress you over and over and over again. I mean, you know, the suplexes, the clotheslines, the back body drops, the neck breakers, the, you know, the turnbuckle contact, guys. You don't realize how fucking hard they're hitting the turnbuckles. And that was kind of funny enough. I swear, after we had Khali in the ring, I swear that the corner posts were buckling a little bit.
We see Sheamus go for the brogue kick, and he gets kind of caught up and flipped upside down, and he's hanging on the outer side of the ring.
He's caught one foot between two ropes, and they're like this, and he's just like, ugh.
Then we see Daniel Bryan take the kendo stick, and he starts teeing off on Sheamus's ankle. Then he starts hitting the kneecap. Then he starts hitting the upper thigh. And then he goes outside and he started to hit him, you know, up across the chest. And these guys, and my God, if you see Sheamus live, you never really notice how like he is until you see him.
And you don't realize how much brute fucking power he has. You guys might just think, oh, he's a big guy that goes out there and he's been in a bunch of jobber matches lately, and then they give him the U.S. title. This guy,
he worked his ass off tonight.
He worked his ass off tonight. He's worked his ass off many nights. And you got to think, this guy went toe to toe with Triple H. And if Triple H thinks Sheamus is worthy to fill in his spot while he's gone, then, you know, maybe we should reconsider Sheamus a little bit. Because, I mean, I love the game. He's one of my favorite competitors. And if he really deep down thinks that Sheamus is worthy, then maybe we should give him a second chance.
Then we see the fitting match, the finishing of the match.
Oh yeah,
We see the closing segments. Sheamus hits the brogue kick.
Didn't I call it? We were sitting there and he did the Irish curse.
Yeah.
And then we saw Daniel Bryan locking the lapel. Yeah. And I was like, watch Sheamus beat him with the brogue kick. And then it happened. I was like, I called it. I fucking called it.
Well, that's his finisher.
Well, I know, but we didn't know if he was gonna. Well, yeah, he went for
the Celtic cross, but Daniel Bryan reversed it. You know, it was a fantastic outing on both sides. I mean, I was cheering for Sheamus. I was cheering for Daniel. I was double-sided. I couldn't make up my mind whether to cheer for the good guys, to cheer for the bad guys. So I was a tweener.
They worked so fucking hard tonight, dude. It wasn't even like sides were relevant for part of these matches. It was just like, oh my God, he's got it. No, he's got it. No, he's got it. No, he's got it. It was just like, it was incredible.
Then after that match, we went into intermission, which the intermission had,
Section 107 to have a smoke break.
They came into the ring. Justin Roberts was like, how many people like John Cena? He signed over, I think, 200 to 300 copies of Legendary, and they were selling them at the concession stands for
Dude, I booked towards that concession stand. Guess what? Dude,
you couldn't get near it.
There was about 400 or 500 people in front of me. There was no way I could even get through the whole way.
And actually, to be honest, there's 3 to 4 concession stands in the entire arena. So it's like, you know, you don't really get, souvenir stands. So you couldn't get close to it. I mean, I literally had to start throwing people out of my way to get the stuff that we did tonight.
Hell yeah, we just fucking, we had his dad on one side, me on the other side, and like imagine if the table was like over here, we just kept pushing and we kept like going in and we just fought our way to the front.
Exactly.
And that's what you have to do.
Yeah. And then
guys,
come back.
Don't be mistaken. There is depends on your venue, but the Civic Center holds what? 10, 15,000 fucking people,
and that shit was packed to the
rafters. And they were almost sold out. And if
they only had the really upper deck blocked off because they usually don't really sell those seats. Those are only seats that are reserved for like the Wolfpack, which is New York Rangers Farm Club.
Nosebleed section.
And they only sell those seats out on like very high profile stuff.
But like if they did WrestleMania there, that whole arena would have been packed.
Well, speaking of that, they actually did WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 12.
No, 11.
12.
No, 11.
12.
12 was Anaheim, California. That was when Shawn Michaels came off the rafters. That was the Arrowhead Pond. 11 was Hartford, Connecticut.
Dude, I was watching it earlier. 12 was Diesel and Undertaker.
It's 12. It's 11.
Dude,
I guarantee you it's 11.
I guarantee you it's 12 because I was watching the clip earlier.
So continue to talk and I'll show you.
Yeah, please. JC is going to use the power of our BlackBerry to find out what it was. But I swear I was watching this on YouTube earlier and it was 12. It was Undertaker versus Diesel for the WWF Championship. But it was 11 or 12.
Wait, Undertaker? No, WrestleMania 12. It wasn't Undertaker Diesel for the championship. It was Shawn Michaels versus Diesel.
Hold up.
I'm going to Wikipedia, people, which is online dictionary for personal profile, celebrity profiles, movie profiles. wrestling profiles, everything.
Basically, they are the largest source of free content going today.
It's like an online big-ass
like
worldwide dictionary.
It's like the Encyclopedia Encarta or anything else, but it's free, and you can edit it as long as you have a profile there, and it is peer-reviewed, so people can't just do whatever they want with it. Yeah, some stuff on Wikipedia might have a little bit of credibility issues, but most of the content is very factual, and they do have sources named. But we are just looking up this quick piece of information.
After the intermission, we came back to a Divas tag match, which was Gail Kim and Eve Torres versus the Bella Twins, and that they worked their ass off.
What? This wasn't a 2-minute Divas match.
This was actually a good, solid 15-minute match.
Oh my God! And it was phenomenal. The Bellas, they're a lot of showpieces, guys, but these girls in the ring are phenomenal. Eve is incredible, and Gail Kim is so fucking talented, I don't even know what to say. She took my breath away. I mean...
Hey, guys. Here you go, right here. If you can see that, that's the WrestleMania 12 poster, which we were just talking about. And we scrolled down. I don't know if you could see it. It says venue, Hartford, Connecticut. City, Hartford, Connecticut.
WrestleMania 12.
No, WrestleMania 11. I'm sorry, WrestleMania 11.
No, you're right.
Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, it was 11. I thought it was 12.
I remember WrestleMania 12 because Shawn Michaels won the WWE Championship, and that was my favorite Shawn Michaels match of all time.
Was 12 Goldust and Roddy Piper?
Yes. That was Hollywood, California's Backlot Brawl.
You're right, so it was 11.
So we,
Okay, hey, guys, once in a blue moon, I do stand corrected.
But we saw we had WrestleMania 11 there. You had 2 No Way Outs. You had No Way Out 2000.
Which Hell in a Cell, Cactus Jack, Triple H.
Numerous Raws there, Raw house shows. We've seen even Vengeance 2004 held there. It's a small arena, so WWE doesn't really go there that much because, you know, when they could go, why go sell out at a 15,000 arena when you can go to Los Angeles or Miami, Florida, and sell out 25 to 30,000 people. You know,
Dude, WrestleMania's gonna have like 70,000 people.
Well, WrestleMania, they always go to the bigger, the actual football and baseball stadiums because they generate more. Don't get me wrong. The only thing I don't like about WrestleMania nowadays is if you're not sitting within the first 20 rows of ringside, you are watching the show on a monitor.
To be honest, though, dude, I was standing at the top of the platform, like the sections they had open at the Civic Center today. Dude, even
the arena's small, though, that's why.
Yeah, but dude, I was easily 40, 50 rows back, and the seats were still straight.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see the athletes in the ring.
Yeah, but I'm saying that when you go in to see a wrestling event like at the Citrus Bowl or at the Georgia Dome this year, you're going to be watching it on the fucking jumbo screen.
You got to be within the first 40 rows, or you're going to be on the jumbo screen. I totally agree with you.
But we've seen a fantastic Divas match, and you know, like I said, I mean, Eve Torres is very beautiful live. The TV doesn't do her justice. Gail Kim was beautiful. Gail Kim was doing such sick moves, like I was saying, dude. Like someone would go to hit her, she would somehow end up out on the apron, then she would end up back in, and it was just like she's got like this cat-like agility, and she's so light and quick. It's very impressive, guys. Then we go into the match that, you know, again, I had a mark out for Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison, and we seen Vicky Guerrero come out first. Because Justin Roberts was like, our match is scheduled for 1 fall, and you hear, excuse me. And even throughout the night, you had the general manager. I mean, but that was when the general manager was coming out and making it fan interaction and all stuff. And
yeah, so, like the general manager was like really involved in tonight's show as like a good guy, not as a bad guy. And like when CM Punk fucked with the match, he set things straight.
Yeah.
So John Cena would have his chance to get his hands on him, and so would Randy Orton.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was kind of cool how they interjected it because it was really run. It was the Road to WrestleMania tour, so we didn't know if we were going to see Raw or a mix of Raw and SmackDown tonight.
Which we actually got to see a mixture of Raw and SmackDown as the jobber, the second match of the night, which was the 6-man tag, which you had Carlito, you had Primo, you had Zack Ryder, and you had Tyson Kidd.
Because Primo's SmackDown talent, I think.
No, he's Superstars.
Well, Superstars is
also, we're going to touch on that real quick.
Superstars...
now, what are they going to do? Me and Brian were talking about this tonight.
Well, the thing about Superstars is I think the way they were doing is, I only saw the show a couple times, but they would tape the dark matches that would be shown to the live arena audiences that would not be shown on Raw and SmackDown, and they would put them on Superstars. So you would get like 2 matches and 2 matches. And it was very clear that they did come from these respective shows.
I think the reason why it didn't last as long as it did was because they turned around and they didn't really have any coherent storylines.
Well, the problem is,
who gets
WGN America? I don't.
You should.
I don't. I don't get
to be honest,
I have the Comcast digital cable with the full pack. Joey's got a satellite dish, and he still doesn't get it.
I got it.
You get it?
Yeah.
Oh, I
they
didn't
just
think you did.
the Dish Network just picked it up. I watched a couple of Superstars. I was like, it's just not for me.
The thing about it is if it was on a bigger channel, if it was on USA,
or
if it was on...
Maybe what they need to do is have... My TV9 pick it up for Saturday mornings, maybe at like 11 or maybe, because I remember Saturday morning wrestling. I used to wake up at Saturday mornings and go see Superstars at the Garden with the Cub Scouts.
Why couldn't we, just thinking
it was live.
If we were running WWE right now, just for our fans for a second, if we were running WWE, this is the idea I would shoot to you and see as my business partner if you would approve this. Why don't we keep Superstars on? Put it on another channel that gets a little more broadcast time. USA.
And put it on at a reasonable time.
Either put it on Sunday nights before the pay-per-views like Sunday Night Heat. Put it on Saturday mornings so people that are, a lot of people work during the week and they're tired and they can't stay up to it. Joe's dad is one of them.
Actually, no. Superstars goes on is from 7 to 8.
Yeah, but your dad's one of them. By 10:30, he's turning off Raw.
Yeah, that's true. But
he's
also
tired.
on Thursday nights he's bowling, so
he's bowling
he
too.
doesn't get to see it on Thursday.
Exactly. And
but, we don't exactly know if WGN is just canceling Superstars where Superstars isn't going to be televised, or if WWE's canceling Superstars. But I just think the reason why Superstars went under right now...
I think a lot of this talent's getting cheated, because they're now going to have no television outlet.
Exactly. So I think what they should do is they should come up with like another show, like Superstars, keep the Superstars idea and just send it to another network.
Exactly, and it needs to have a coherent storyline. It needs to either be connected with Raw, SmackDown, or it can be interpromotional like they've been doing. And it needs a storyline, and it maybe needs a title. Okay, if you're going to have guys like Tyson, Primo, Chavo, and all these other cruiserweight-like talent,
put a title on them for something for them to go for, right? Or make a storyline.
It was so great back in the day when SmackDown had the cruiserweights and Raw had the Divas, and we kind of had a little bit of, you watched each show and you got a little bit different. And the nice thing about SmackDown is the cruiserweights felt like the old WCW.
Yes.
And that's what hooked me in WCW. Yeah, I liked a lot of the legends, but it was the younger cruiserweight talent.
It was like with me and TNA. TNA X Division drew me in.
Dude, and I made a video this morning talking about AJ and how we got injured and this, that, and the other, not to switch this to a TNA topic. But when I first started watching TNA, AJ was the heavyweight champion, and that's what drew me in.
Yeah.
One of the best matches I saw was AJ Styles versus the Pope at Lockdown 10. And this was so phenomenal. And, it gave, AJ has that name and is definitely deserving of him. He is the phenomenal one. And, hats off to him and his family. I hope he's okay. But back to the house show.
Back to the house show. I mean, the house show was epic. We enjoyed it. My father had a good time. I mean, me and my father don't really get to do a lot of stuff together. So, I bought him a T-shirt. I bought him a bag of Cracker Jacks.
It was so fun hanging out with his dad.
I bought a soda. And we just had a ball, and especially some of the people around us had,
guys, if it's coming to your area and you don't get to hang out with if you don't get to hang out with your brother much, or your sister much, or your dad much, or your cousin much, buy him a ticket. You know what? We sat 4th row. They ran about $60. Like I said, from 30th row, you could still see. Yeah. So if you guys only got $20, take a pair, go see it, and enjoy your night, and have a great time. You can see how happy we are. There's no negativity in me and JC right now.
No.
Usually me and him are usually on fire. We're usually bringing you, just a straight shoot and what we think. But tonight we were so fucking impressed. I don't mean to be standing here sounding like I'm fucking whacking the WWE off or anything. But these guys fucking
the house shows. Like I told Brian, I said the house shows are a lot better because there's no stupid promos. There's no television breaks. There's no television breaks during the matches. You get the communication with the announcer. The announcer was going around between each match and shaking everyone's hands.
Justin Roberts is really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
We got a Justin Roberts chant, and he actually turned around and he went.
Yeah,
so like that to us. It was
it was fire because we started a couple really good chants, and the whole arena picked up a couple of them, and it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, we started. We started on the John Morrison match. We never got to actually start talking about it. John Morrison, oh my god.
Well, John Morrison happened before the Divas match because we talked about Morrison.
No, Morrison came. The Ziggler and.
Oh, Ziggler Morrison. I was thinking Morrison Sheamus. I don't know. That beef has been going on Raw so long. It's just like cemented in my head.
We saw Ziggler and we saw John Morrison, and this match was fantastic. There was no breaks, no stoppages in the match. We seen Ziggler go for the sleeper hold numerous times, get it locked in. Morrison's unforgiving will to.
Didn't he eat a Starship Pain on the match?
Yeah, he went for the Starship Pain, and this move is friggin' fantastic live. He hit the flash kick. Ziggler kicked out. Then they hit. Then Ziggler used the ropes and pulled the tights to win the match. Then the refs restarted it, and then that's when Morrison did that kind of like when the guy's sitting and he goes like this and he runs and he goes like that, like a soccer knee to the face. He did that. And that match was fantastic.
Funny enough, I was watching an old clip the other day. And this has nothing to do with the house show, but I was watching this old clip the other day. It was like from '98 or '99, and someone goes and hits a Death Valley drop, right? Dude. It was fucking identical to the AA. I mean, like...
Well, no, the AA is not really a Death Valley driver.
Well, it was a Death Valley drop. It was sideways. But, dude, I forgot what superstar was hitting it, but, dude, it was fucking identical. I was just... random tidbit.
We see the match restart. We see Morrison going after Ziggler numerous times. We seen Vicky get involved. The refs threw her out. The fans started chanting, na 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 na, hey, 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 goodbye to her.
It was awesome.
We see Morrison pick up the win, and then we go into the main event, which was fantastic.
We didn't see Morrison.
I marked out the entire night.
We didn't see Morrison pick up the win.
Morrison won the second, didn't he?
No. Sheamus retained.
Ziggler.
Morrison beat Ziggler. What the fuck? Dude, I told you guys that I'm tired right now.
But, like I said, we seen Morrison pick up the win, and it was fantastic. The match was good. We had a great night.
Phenomenal.
We enjoyed the match. We see the main event tag team match, which was fantastic.
Ooh. We go into the main event tag team match that we mentioned earlier in the night. We see CM Punk team up with the reigning WWE champion, The Miz, to go against Mr. RKO himself, Randy Orton, and John Cena. And speaking of John Cena, I don't know, I've worn this purple thing for about 10 minutes now, and I don't know, I think it's time for another WWE shirt. So, what do we got under here? Hey, it's Eddie Guerrero. Well, I'd be damned. How did I find that under there? That just got there. Hairball!
But we see this match start.
Everybody's volume just spiked. Hairball!
we see, the match starts, and The Miz comes out first. No, CM Punk comes out.
CM Punk.
The lights were like seizuring blindness.
Oh my God.
It gave me a headache.
It was like,
but I'm sitting there and I'm singing. I'm screaming along with the music. I'm singing. The lady behind me is looking at me and she's laughing and having a good time. And she's like, "You watch wrestling too much." She's like, "I love my wrestling. I love my wrestling
love
music."
Our wrestling.
The Miz came out and I was mimicking the words "awesome." I was singing along with the Miz song. Orton came out, and then John Cena came out, and you could not hear a pin drop. That's how loud it was. It was more. Okay, and I'll tell you right now, if you don't understand why John Cena has the fan ratio of the 8-year-old to, no, I want to go further down, from the 4-year-old demographic all the way to the 16-year-olds, and that's both boy and girls. Go see a house show or go see a live Raw, and you will hear all the girls and all the kids.
You'll see all the people that came out for John Cena, and you know what? To be honest, he performed so well tonight. I can't say nothing negative about him. There's no negativity in me right now, and if you guys are expecting negativity out of us, you're not getting it in this video.
The match was just fantastic.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, it went back and forth. We saw Randy Orton, get isolated, and he got the shit kicked out of him. Then we saw John Cena get isolated and got the shit kicked out of him. And the referee was just so fucking oblivious. It was like the heels were just running the fucking match.
Then we see the ref get pulled out of the ring right as Miz is getting ready to tap to the STFU. Then we see right after that, they get in the ring and they grab steel chairs and they start getting ready to swing. And at this moment in time, they duck under. I was thinking that Triple H's music was going to hit. Triple H was not there. He is scheduled to wrestle Sheamus in a street fight tomorrow, which I don't even think they're going to have that booked because Sheamus took a beating from Daniel Bryan tonight.
Daniel Bryan took a beating. He barely made his way out of the ring standing.
Yeah.
It took him a while to get to his feet.
Sheamus limped, but he walked out on his own power. Daniel Bryan actually had to have the referees help him.
Yeah.
But like I said, I marked out all night. I was
oh my God! But like you said, they hit us at the end of the fucking match. They hit a simultaneous. Orton and Cena hit a simultaneous RKO and an attitude adjustment. Yes. And the problem was, guys, at these events, TNA is a little more lenient. WWE, no video recordings, only pictures. But there's ways around that. Yeah. So we'll have some footage for you guys.
But overall, I don't have anything bad to say about this. Yes, 5 out of 5.
5.5 out of 5.
I think there was like maybe 6 matches, and all 6 matches were fantastic. The fan interaction. I mean, CM Punk was walked over to a little kid, and he went like this, and then he goes like this, and he points at the kid's headband, and he goes, and then walks away. You know, it was like, okay.
We couldn't get a shirt thrown our way, even though we're only 4 rows back. Every shirt went into every section around us except for ours.
Yeah. And the only close one that came to us went to, because, you know, here's the ring, then you have the rows that go like this, and then you have the rows that go a long ways like this, and like we were here, oh, you probably can't see me, we were like right here, the shirt got thrown like right there, so sorry about the technical difficulties. Brian was talking about the shirts being thrown his way, and you were getting ready to stand on what now?
Oh yeah, right. So I see a shirt about to come my way. So I stand up. The first 6, 7 rows are folding chairs at this venue, and so I'm standing up on one of the folding chairs, and I go back, and the thing's good 2 feet above my fucking hand. There was no chance. Yeah. Boom! I went right down on the fucking folding chairs. The guy behind me had to like help catch me. This shit was fucking hilarious.
It was fantastic. I want to say I had a very great time. The people around us were great.
Oh, they were all so
with the exception of the 2 kids in the front row that had the signs. But you know what? There really wasn't much you could do about it. I mean, because but the thing is, I think.
And what's the sign say? I love John Cena, and my mom loves John Cena, or something. It was a little boy. This was probably his first event. He got to make his own sign, probably by hand, and take it there. So you know what? There's no negativity. There's no negativity. I just don't. My thing is, I don't like signs.
I don't like signs either. The other thing about it is that they shouldn't really allow signs in within the first couple rows of ringside. They
really shouldn't. Signs should be more reserved for the upper rows, but signs are the fans' way to interact. Unfortunately, I do think signs kind of
make the show a little bit funner.
They make the show funner for the people that have the signs.
Yes. But I mean, we had
for us. I'm trying to take a picture, and I'm over here somewhere now.
I mean, we've had such a fantastic time. We enjoyed the show. If you had never been to a house show or a live show, whether it be TNA or WWE, get a chance to. I mean, even if you spend $20 and you're up in the upper deck, at least go and have a good time.
Take a loved one, spend a night out, have a fun time. I took my best friend and his father. We had a fucking ball, and
Well, we all paid for our own tickets. But we had a good time. We went together. There's no point. You're going to the same thing. Why take 2 cars?
Exactly. It's irrelevant how we worded it. We had a great time. It didn't matter who picked up the tickets. I could have picked up all the tickets and I still would have had just as good. Same with you. You could have picked up all the tickets and had just as good a time. And guys, I know this is kind of not as coherent as our usual shoots. We're a little here, we're a little there, but we're so amped, we're so excited. Memories are just coming to our heads. They're still fresh, and that's why we did it tonight. If we waited till tomorrow,
we wouldn't have remembered half the stuff.
It would have been so more scripted. We would have had the matches written down. We would have ran through a card, and it wouldn't have felt the same.
While Brian's talking, I actually go and grab the programs that they were giving out.
Yeah, well, giving out isn't the word. $15 a piece.
$15 a piece for the promos. I mean, the program.
JC is at our backstage area right now. He will return momentarily.
This is what the 2011 WWE official souvenir program. Pretty much the same exact thing like the TNA. I was kind of expecting to see maybe the core jump in.
But to be honest, though,
just show you, what the pages look like.
Be honest, though, guys. On the later pages, there's not full-color photos of some of the superstars, and I find it kind of disappointing.
I was
the TNA promo was much more complete for 5 more.
Oh, and by the way, this was not staged. I didn't actually. I didn't do that on purpose. It just happened to land on that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, guys. We had such a fantastic time.
Great.
This man, John Morrison, is phenomenal.
They were all phenomenal. You could not take anything away from.
I'm not taking any away, but the reason why I really wanted to go is with the chances of seeing Morrison, Brian, R-Truth, Ted DiBiase, Orton, The Miz. I've seen Cena live numerous times. I wanted to see some fresh faces, and I just had a fantastic time. I know we're gonna get those dumbass comments. This isn't directed to anybody. Oh, well, you talk so much ill about the WWE, but yet now you're dick riding. The dick riding is not.
Guys, we've been WWE fans since we were kids. just because sometimes we become disgruntled with their product. It's just like me and JC follow the Yankees. Sometimes we don't like the Yankees' decisions. We don't like the choices that are made backstage.
I'm sorry, but I disagree with that. I 100% Yankee fan, whether they do good, do bad, or whatever.
Well, I'm not saying do good or do bad on the field, but sometimes management makes some questionable decisions. But we still stand behind our team because we are a fan. And we stand behind the WWE because even though sometimes they might make errors, you gotta think these guys have been producing programming since the fucking 1960s.
Oh, also...
Give them a break. Once in a blue moon, it's not gonna go off exactly.
You know what my favorite thing is? And this is I'm tired of hearing it, but it never gets old hearing it. The Yankees buy championships. Well, I'm just going to answer this right.
You need talent. You need talent to get a championship. Just because the Yankees have more money, they could get players that are talented.
No, you know what? To be honest, though, that doesn't. Salary cap does not make for a better team because the Marlins had a very low salary cap and they beat the Yankees in the World Series a couple of years ago.
That's very true.
And all it is you can't. If you were in a management position and you were a scout, talent scout, you would go with what you knew. You would get the best acquired talent. You would do what you needed to do to win championships. If you want to say the Yankees win championships, buy championships, hey, you know what? Whether we buy them, we win them, or we steal them, or whatever, at the end of the day, it's a win and the banner flaps in our stadium.
A W's a W, an L's an L,
like the
and
Miz,
the W's ours.
The Miz, and we'll compare that to the Miz. The Miz cheated to win the WWE championship.
But at the end of the day,
he's still a champion.
Who's got the gold?
Exactly.
Who's got the gold? Who does everybody hate? And we and JC had a great talk about this. If a heel makes you hate him that much, he's doing his job.
Yes.
And that's what it comes down to. If you want to pay money to see the guy get his ass beat, then he's doing even better.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
I had such a great time tonight, and like I said, I'm going to keep repeating myself, but I cheered for the Miz, I cheered for the good guys, I cheered for the bad guys. I was mouthing along the words with Miz, I'm awesome, and I had such a great time.
I was singing along to the songs, too. I'm not even going to lie. I was cheering for, heel tweeter, face alike. I enjoyed all the talent we saw. They all put on a phenomenal show, John Cena included. John Cena did great. Randy Orton did great. Miz did great. Punk did great. DiBiase did great. Khali did great.
Truth did great.
Morrison did great. Sheamus did great.
Ziggler, Daniel Bryan did great. So guys, we're going to close out this video for tonight. Again, like I said,
just in case, because our YouTube account should be enabled for videos over 15 minutes again, but just in case it's not, I'm going to have to be divvying up in 3 pieces.
But guys, check this video out. Check some of our videos out that we did earlier this evening before we went to the venue.
A lot of info we brought you. We are trying to stay on top of all current happenings now. So not only are we going to bring you reviews, we see a piece of news, we're going to put out a couple-minute shoot and bring it to you.
Yes.
And not wait 4 days when it's no longer relevant. You want it, we're going to bring it to you. Because that's what we do here at Deaf and True Wrestling.
So guys...
time for the taglines.
Taglines. We had such a great time. Championships didn't... no titles changed hands. But you know what? That's granted with the house show, titles don't change hands at the house shows. But we had such a great time.
Yeah, why would they want one of their big money championships to change hand on a non-televised event? Yeah. It's an honest thing.
We've had such a great time, and we're looking forward to the next show that we can actually catch. There's one here in April 11th. It's the Monday. A week after WrestleMania. Unfortunately, tickets are all sold out at this point, so we can't go to that.
It's a shame. We were really hoping to get over there, but there will be another one. But guys, we just appreciate. We appreciate that you checked us out.
Check this out, and hopefully you enjoyed our review of this house show.
Yeah, and I know you guys weren't able to be there, but I hope you got to share a little bit of the experience with us. We will have a picture slideshow and a little bit of video that we're able to capture at the event.
We'll be doing that upload tomorrow. We will also be doing Q&A tomorrow, and we also will be doing our WrestleMania 27 predictions. We have, I believe, there's 6 matches announced right now for the pay-per-view, so we're going to try to get that out to you guys as quick as we can.
And any matches that we speculate on, we'll also
do through reviews.
We'll also touch on that. And guys, like I said, I guess it's time to wrap this up and shoot you the taglines.
Taglines: you're either effing true or you're effing screwed.
And hey, learn to love it, because it's the best thing on YouTube today.
Because we are awesome.
I was going to say we are effing true wrestling, but yeah, we are awesome too. I mean, hey, self-promotion's always welcomed, right? Hey guys.
Awesome.
Great.